Unveiling the Philippines, the legacy of Ruy Lopez de Villalobos. Welcome back, history buffs. Today we delve into the fascinating story of Ruy Lopez de Villalobos, a Spanish explorer who played a pivotal role in shaping Philippine history. While his name might not be as widely known as Miguel López de Legazpi, Villalobos' legacy is deeply intertwined with the Spanish arrival in the Philippines, the man and his mission. Born around 1500 in Malaga, Spain, Villalobos wasn't your average adventurer. He hailed from a distinguished family, his father close to the king himself. Well-educated, possibly in law, he transitioned into a seasoned sailor, earning the respect of peers. In 1541, Antonio de Mendoza, the viceroy of New Spain, tasked Villalobos with a crucial mission leading an expedition to the Islas del Poniente Islands of the West, the Philippines. This stemmed from the treaties of Tordesillas and Zaragoza, which divided the world between Spain and Portugal. The goal: establish a Spanish presence to secure trade with the Spice Islands and China, potentially even controlling the Moluccas. Villalobos, related to de Mendoza by marriage, was chosen for the command. He assembled a formidable fleet of 6 ships with around 400 men, including soldiers, gentlemen, and even slaves. Among them were notable figures like Guido de Lavezaris, later Philippine governor, and Juan Gaitan, whose account later made it into historical records. A voyage of discovery and hardship. Setting sail from New Spain in 1542, Villalobos embarked on a long and perilous journey. They encountered uncharted islands in the Marshall and Caroline chains, meticulously charting them. One fascinating theory credits Juan Gaitan with discovering Hawaii during this voyage, although further evidence is needed to confirm it. However, the journey wasn't smooth sailing. Ignoring his pilot's advice, Villalobos ended up in exposed northeastern Mindanao, hindering access to trade routes and supplies. Their initial attempts to secure food through barter or raiding proved disastrous. They resorted to eating unfamiliar plants and even a phosphorescent lizard, leading to illness and death. Finally reaching Sarangani, they raided a village for supplies but lost men in the process. It was here that Villalobos, or perhaps his captain Bernardo de la Torre, bestowed the name Las Islas Filipinas, the Philippine Islands on Leyte or Samar, in honor of Philip, the Spanish crown prince, later King Philip II. This name would eventually encompass the entire archipelago. Communication with New Spain proved difficult, as knowledge of Pacific winds and currents was limited. Attempts to send messages and request reinforcements failed. Meanwhile, tensions with the Portuguese, who already had control of the Moluccas, arose. A legacy etched in history. Facing dwindling resources and mounting hardship, Villalobos made a tough decision in 1544. He abandoned his colonization plans and sought refuge in the Portuguese-controlled Moluccas, hoping for assistance. However, tragedy struck. Villalobos died in captivity in 1546, possibly from a tropical fever or, as some believe, of a broken heart. While the expedition failed to establish a permanent Spanish colony, it left an indelible mark. Villalobos' arrival marked the first documented European contact with Leyte, and his proposed name, Las Islas Filipinas, stuck. This single act of christening paved the way for later Spanish colonizers like Miguel López de Legazpi. Some of Villalobos' crew, including de Mafra and Gaitan, eventually returned home, becoming inadvertent circumnavigators. Their accounts, while not entirely accurate, led Spain to believe the Pacific was much smaller than it truly was for a significant period. Beyond conquest, a more nuanced view. It's important to understand history through a multifaceted lens. While the Spanish arrival in the Philippines ultimately led to colonization, Villalobos' story also highlights the challenges and uncertainties faced by explorers venturing into new territories. Their motivations, a turning point the Philippines before and after. Before the Spanish arrived, the Philippines was a vibrant archipelago with diverse cultures, trade networks, and independent political entities. Villalobos' brief encounter marked a turning point, ultimately leading to centuries of Spanish rule that profoundly impacted Philippine society. The Spanish introduced a new religion, language, and political system, all of which left a lasting legacy on the Philippines. This period of colonization also saw the rise of a unique Filipino identity, a blend of indigenous and foreign influences. echoes of Villalobos today. Though his expedition wasn't entirely successful, Villalobos' legacy lives on. The Philippines we know today, its name and parts of its cultural tapestry, bear the imprint of his arrival, but understanding these historical threads enables us to appreciate the rich and complex story of the Philippines. His exploration paves the way for further exploration of this period. Looking forward, unveiling more stories. Were there other explorers who interacted with the archipelago before Villalobos? What were the initial reactions of the indigenous populations to these foreign visitors? By delving deeper, we gain a richer understanding of this crucial turning point in Philippine history. Thank you for joining us today on this exploration of Ruy Lopez de Villalobos and his legacy. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more dives into fascinating historical figures and events.